And one system which we introduced at the first Live and Interactive show, a little bit, almost 2 years ago, is the MX system. And Daniel, I still remember how we lifted the curtain.
Okay.
And I said I will search for EtherCAT signs, and I just found one. So EtherCAT is also in the MX, right?
Yeah,
so
it is. It is.
what's the story behind this?
Without EtherCAT, I would be not here. Okay, that's not the complete truth. I'm not here. I'm only here because of my parents.
Oh,
No, EtherCAT is really for us. It's really the most important basic of the MX system. Besides the base plate, it's the basic, because the whole portfolio you see on the wall, we only can run these functionalities with EtherCAT, because it's a fast bus system. We can control our drives and our I/Os, our safety functionalities, all with EtherCAT. Also, we need for the whole portfolio only one bus system, and that's EtherCAT.
Yeah, so that's again paying into the continuity of EtherCAT. So 20 years ago invented, and still today part and the backbone of the most modern innovations which we have. But I see something on the MX side here which looks a little bit strange to me. So this is not the typical MX module, I would say.
Not typical. It isn't.
Daniel, what's this?
It's an empty box. There's nothing in.
Okay,
but
that's the trick. Actually.
That's the trick. It's nothing in. It works. It's a magic. We call it magic book. No. It is the customers. What we found out during our projects, what we have done with customers, that we have no functionality for VPN routers.
Yeah.
At backup, we have no solution, and that's a possibility for our customers to integrate their favorite VPN solution direct in the MX system. So we are able to provide 24 volts. They connect to 24 volts. They can go in with the Ethernet cables, and then they have a VPN solution also for the MX system with their standard router.
Okay, wonderful. So the known comfort, the known functionality, but integrated in the MX system. Daniel, when we talked a couple of days ago, you told me that since you've introduced the system, you've of course spent a lot of time on the development side, extending the portfolio, but you have also spent a lot of time reading, and that's reading construction plans of control cabinets from our customers. So maybe you can tell a little bit, what did you learn from this, and where do you see the MX system compared to traditional control cabinets?
We learn many things from it. We study more than 5,000 pages of ePlan. So
it's a long book.
It's a long book, a very big book from ePlan, and we see what our customers are doing and what their requirements are. First of all, we see that the MX story works. So we can use the MX system. We can really, if we transfer these machines from ePlan and to MX, it works. We can cover all functions which they have. And that's very, very good that we have this as a result of the studies. So that helps us much. And from the machines, what you asked, we found also where there was one customer. He has an asparagus peeling machine. It's something you find now in these times in supermarkets. Very small machine.
Yeah, it's the season right now.
It's a season machine, yes. But this machine you can also it's good for the MX system as something like a window profiling machine from our company Schirmer. So it's both works from little machines up to huge machines. So that is also something we learned with the MX system studies we've done now.
Okay, so everywhere you go, MX system could be possible, and I think that's also a cool message, because if I would be a machine builder and I would develop an asparagus peeling machine, and then I would have a question, back off, how can we make it simpler? Then I can ask you, and then you can translate. You are the ChatGPT between the old plan and the new
I'm the ChatGPT. We're currently working to bring our brains to a software, but currently we need our brains to do this transformation.
Okay, so it's human work in the meantime.
Daniel or something like that, GPT.
So the MX system has become kind of a portfolio. Even empty boxes are now in it. What else is planned for the foreseeable future?
We have to bring some higher power modules, and we will see us in autumn back somewhere in Nuremberg, I think, and then we'll show you some south of Germany. I will show you some new modules and also.
I would like to chat with you, Friedrich, for a little bit. Yes. So the MX system is a brand new system, and it's really a system. So we are not only having hardware, it's also software in there. Maybe let's go back to the topic of the exhibition. Let's talk a little bit about digitalization. So what's the kind of digitization which we can do with the MX system?
Well, a lot of digitization. So what we emphasize is that if you go for an MX system, the grade of digitization is higher in your MX system than in a classical control cabinet. For instance, the power supply that would be here, it is a EtherCAT power supply. You have all the informations available. You know the voltage that is that is currently output by the module. You can fine-tune it just via the PLC. You got all the information ready in your PLC.
Even more information available than with a standard control cabinet. But now let's maybe look into one step further. So normally if you want to know something about a wire which is in there, you need to have a voltmeter or an ampere meter, and then you need to check it. And now we said we want to turn the smartphone into a pocket voltmeter or a pocket ampere meter.
Exactly.
And this is something which we've done. We've developed an app, and maybe you can talk a little bit about this and the possibility of extending this even beyond the MX system.
Yeah, that is basically no problem, because the technique or the hardware behind the connection between your mobile device and the MX system is just another Ethercat device. So from there to an EPP box or a normal terminal clamp to connect all the other cabinets with your mobile phone is just a small step.
Okay, so we now have a very powerful diagnostics front end, but maybe we can take it even one step further. When we think about X-planar machines and we set them up, then there's always some point where we would like to know something from our customers. We need to discuss with them about a very specific situation, and that's where we use the scope functionalities which we have in TwinCat,
Yes.
to scope a position, to scope a velocity. How can we do this with the MX system?
Well, talking about your scope, it's just the same. You can use
Okay.
TwinCat, so you got all the things you know.
Yeah.
But there's more here with the mobile app. So if you're interested in the evolvement of any of the signals,
Okay.
you could select it on the mobile device, and let's go for the velocity of the motor. So you can tell the app to scope the velocity of the motor, and it's doing some measurements. And once the measurement is done, you will see the velocity of that motor on your mobile device.
I think that's a very, very powerful thing to know, because if you usually would like to know this about the motor, you would have to open TwinCat and then you would maybe look at the correct variables. But
Yeah.
now you just basically need to scan the interface and then you can already
Then
see
it's
it.
done. No more. Usually you need access to the PLC and have the HMI ready. This is just mobile device. Go to the machine, scan it, and you got the information ready.
Very cool news for the technicians in the world. And yeah, it's not only a pocket voltmeter, it's also a pocket oscilloscope, I would
Exactly.
say. Perfect. Thank you very much, Friedrich. That's
No worries,
very,
you're
very
welcome.
cool news. I'm very excited how simple it's becoming with the MX system.